Welcome to RollForTuraco. This is Frank. I'm doing voiceover because some of the audio here got corrupted. So I'm fixing that. I'm on my way to my local library. I got my gear. I got my Phoenix Dragon shirt. I got two bags filled with books, dice, and I got my GM screen. We're on our way to play. And here I am in the elevator. You can see behind me the poster that I made. This is a sign I put on the door. The adventure starts here. Knock 3 times. And this is a room that I got. And I'm going to let past Frank take over. The rest of the audio is intact. I'm setting up the table. Unfortunately, someone had the room that I wanted. And since I needed to set up, they're still in the room. So I got this smaller room. And so this is a room like this one I used last time. And the time before that, I used one that had a bigger table. But that's being occupied right now. But I have some of my stuff set up here. Got my GM screen, got my dice tower. Release the inmates. There's more dice in there, so I'm gonna have to dump that out in a minute. Got extra dice and some terrain. Get more dice. Here I have some flat minis. Looks like more dice. I got my basic fantasy role-playing game, 4th edition. Core rules, and it's I got this coral bound on Lulu. And here I have my flyers. I thought I saw a player. I got an extra book. I got this one on Amazon. Like this one, my player or players can use. I was expecting at least one player. I was hoping more people would show up. It's still early. I got a bunch of stuff here. Let's look at it from the front. I don't think I'll need this, but just in case. But yeah, this is my setup. Here's the bags I've been hauling around. And this is what's been in that bag. So I got my notebook. I got this notepad I can use for put tabs in my book, or just put some tabs up here if I want. Got some printouts, Equipment Emporium, notes. So you can take notes. Character sheets. Stuff here I didn't really need here today, but I got it all. And just printed this out as a sample of Bases and Businesses by Bob Warbuilder, so I can build some businesses, print out some more stuff, random tables, more campaign notes, more character sheets. Just planning to set up an adventure, but let's see if my player comes, we can finish her, or not finish, but continue her story. So here I am. So far, no one's here yet. I haven't got any messages. So last week I did have a player, and she seemed interested in coming back. We started her story, her character's journey, and we were hoping for a little bit more people. Wait, I saw young people. I thought like maybe they're here for, for the game. Yeah, I was hoping for some people to show up, but my players from the time before they have they had other stuff going on. So uh, well, if no one shows up, I'm gonna work on some stuff here. Uh, just finish taking notes, what I planned for this session, and if no one shows up, I can still use it for another time. Next week I will have at least 3 players, and maybe my 2 other players will show up as well. And I'm gonna make actually I already booked the room that I wanted for next week, and I extended the time, so I did from 1 to 4. That way, I have that hour to come and set up, and the game should go from 2 to 4. But yeah, my kids will be here next week, so I'll have at least 3 players, and if the other 2 players come, that's 5 players. So that'll be cool. And just a little bit behind the scenes of what I do to actually prepare or at least set up, not prepare, but at least set up a game here at the library. Like all my stuff here. I'm just gonna do some work, take notes, and maybe work on the game that I've been wanting to create. I'm gonna take out the rest of my terrain and set up something briefly. RollForTuraco update. So no one showed up, unfortunately. It was 3 o'clock, and I was there till 4 p.m. I used that time wisely, and I worked on notes, and I worked on stuff that I can use for next week. I did record a little bit more of my setup. I was getting that ready, and I'm going to show you some of my notes. Here we go. All right, so I have here's my dungeon terrain. Oh, I got a D8 here. And some little barrels. I have some other ones. Got barrels and crates. Oops, dropped the barrel. I think there's some extra dice in here too. Yes. Just put in some random dice. On here I have my Basic Fantasy GM screen inserts. And here I did a little cheat sheet of what the dice do. Actually, I found a video online. It was a short, and they went quickly through what they do, except for the D4. They ended it with a joke, which was funny, but I actually didn't. I wanted to write down what a D4 actually does. But since I've been playing more and more, I know what a D4 does. What I can use it for: daggers, staff, D20 for attacks, ability checks, and saving throws, D12, swinging a battle axe. I know there's other stuff too, but there's just a little cheat sheet, and I'll be adding more. I'll be fixing this up, and so it's something I can have, and I could actually print it out. So if I ever need to make another copy, I got it. D6, short sword, punching, D8, sacred flame, and some cure wounds, but it's cure wounds. D10 firebolt and D10 percentile die for percentages. So and D4 daggers and staff. I got some stat blocks here, more here. Here I got my dice. Oh, I got some dice and paper flat minis, and I have some skinny minis here from Dungeon in a Box, and a bag of dice. Oops. That's my fancy green dice. And speaking of D4, that's what I dropped. So you can see these better. Oh, I got some of my wax stamps. Bases and businesses. I want to go over this uh, on my own and let's see what I can build. All right, so these are my notes. This is from the last campaigns, the locations. So our first encounter, we start off in the forest. So there's an encounter with wolves. So I'm just writing my locations and what you can encounter. Uh, so wolves. There's a lake. We can catch some fish. Uh, Maybe the wolves return, and I'm gonna have them maybe return over here as well at the bunny hill where you can make a campsite. There's also there's grove of trees. So this I can just move around. I can I can make it that the hill is behind the grove of trees. I can put other grove of trees. You know, it's the forest, so there's trees everywhere. There's an abandoned cabin. So there's some items in there, which I'll write them down. But you can find a dagger. You can find a blanket. Uh, a road with wagon tracks. So you want to follow the wagon tracks, or just follow where they go to. They take you to a small village, and so there's a tavern, inn, some other buildings. So this is where we kind of let off last time. And these are new locations. Some of them are just the same locations, but just going back to them. And there's a ranch house. So there's rooms in the ranch house. So we haven't been there, but this is something I can use for another campaign. And I can modify these how I want. And I have here campaign notes. There's nothing written here, so but let me see. I'm looking for some specific notes, specific sheets. So for notable NPCs, so this is where I can start writing down some of my NPCs. So there is a bartender, there is a barmaid or waitress, and I do have some evil NPCs, and I did add in the last game, and I can switch it around. But I did add a party of barbarians, and one of them actually helping out the PC where I ran this original scenario. So I can put those anywhere. I can switch it out from barbarians to clerics or fighter or well, that would be fighters. Barbarians would be like fighters. Wizards or just mix it up. So I did that because I only had one player and I wanted to help as much as I could. So yeah, I can start working on the NPCs. And here I print it out, and I reuse my Deathbringer characters. So I have them all here. So I got some other characters in there, but I'll show them on another time. But yeah, this is what I have here. And so these sheets, campaign notes, NPCs, it's actually they're individual sheets that I printed out. But I found this online, Solo Sheets Log Booklet. So So it's you can make a little booklet you get for your hexes. I think it's for a hex clause, a hex crawl for solo gaming. But I'm just using them for any campaign, not necessarily solo, and they come in handy. But yeah, I just wanted to show a little bit of update, just what happened with this game, but it's not a failure because I've been going over notes and I got some stuff for any campaign that I want to run. And I'm going to work on this some more because my kids will be here next week. And we want to pick up the campaign that we started with, Deathbringer. So I have a couple of things I need to make, which one is a village, so I can use some of these. And another is the orphanage that we started at. Actually, we didn't really start there. We started from the escape of the orphanage, so we might need to go back. So I'll work on that that orphanage and some other things. But yeah, just want to show you what I'm doing right now with this time. This has been Frank Salazar of RollForTuraco. We'll see you next time. Don't forget to roll for Turaco. Subscribe.